And now we're going to move into the negative comment section. This part is a huge block for most people, the fear of getting negative comments. And again, as you clear your field and the frequency, you're not going to be as available for negative comments. But in the beginning, they happen. And here's the thing about negative comments, they're not as bad as we think they are, right? And if you can just shift your belief around this is where you're going to understand that a negative comment is just an opportunity for you to heal a wound. If you get a negative comment and it doesn't bother you, amazing. There's no wound there. If you get a negative comment and it bothers you, what a beautiful mirror showing you a wound that your soul is ready to heal, because it wouldn't come up if your soul wasn't ready to heal and liberate itself. So when you switch that feeling around negative comments, it's not going to feel like such a threat. You're going to be like, oh, this doesn't bother me, or oh, this really bothers me. I guess this is something my soul is ready to liberate, and I can't wait to be free of this. So let me dive in and see what's underneath, right? So you want to just kind of have that mindset with comments in general. So the first thing you want to do is normalize that they're uncomfortable to receive, that they trigger fear, they trigger shame, they trigger exposure and vulnerability and all of these things, and just allow it to come up. Like, what is it that it's activating inside of you? Is it that you're not good enough, you're not worthy, the fear of being wrong? Like, whatever's coming up, this is just a moment to take note, understand what this symptom is, and then we want to get to the root cause of that symptom, right? So if you're feeling like a lot of shame or you're feeling a lot of vulnerability, what are you afraid people are going to find out about you, or what is it exposing? And why are you worried about that, right? Like, why is that having such an impact? Where in your past, like, I have all these journal prompts for you to work through when you get a negative comment. So you can just look at it and be like, oh, this is really uncomfortable right now. This is exactly what I didn't want to happen. But I also know that this is a chance for me to liberate myself from a wound, and it would only come up because my soul is ready to hear it. My soul is ready to heal it. And when I do that, I'm no longer available or on a timeline where these comments can take place. So it's true liberation, okay? So you want to separate this comment from your identity, and you don't want to take it on as like, oh, this is a direct reflection of who I am. No, it's just a reflection of a wound you carry. So you have to look at, what story are you telling yourself? See, nobody likes when I talk, or see, nobody ever understands me. See, like, whatever that first reaction is, that's the wound that's asking to be healed. So you want to look at it from three perspectives, right? We're separating this from your identity. There's the comment, the commenter, and then there's your actual identity. So the comment is whatever it is, it's just a statement. The commenter is a stranger that you don't know, or maybe it's someone in your personal life. It could be, right? Either way, it is not a reflection on who you are. It is just a wound that needs to heal. And what we want to do is also remember, like, I have a saying I say to myself, like, negative comments are weirdo energy, period. Like, I'm not engaging with somebody who has that kind of energy that's literally spending their time going on social media and leaving negative comments. Um, and if I do want to respond to something, I always take a pause and I like go for a walk, or I separate myself from it to understand what's going underneath the desire to respond. And sometimes it's impactful to respond. Most of the time it's not, right? And understand, like, I'm not going to give my energy to this. I'm just going to redirect it to the wound. And so I'm going to look at this and say, okay, that commenter could be responding from a place of XYZ. I send them love and compassion for whatever healing they must need to just be like spreading negative comments and hate. I understand that comment is just reflecting a wound. My soul is ready to heal. It means nothing else, and I'm not going to make it mean anything more. My identity is solid. I am still worthy of being seen and heard. People still need what I have. It is not reflecting any of that. So you want to kind of like really talk yourself through this process. And then you want to have the trigger, right? So you want to know what's going on underneath. And then you want to really look at the process of how this developed. Where is that story rooted from? Is it a childhood experience? Is it something that's been a repeated cycle in your life? Again, these are just beautiful opportunities to heal. Something that is also impacting every area of your life, not just visibility. And then you want to have discernment. Not every comment is the same. So like, don't react to everything. You really want to, when you have a fast reaction to something, you really want to just create a moment of pause. Am I reacting from defensiveness? Am I reacting from a place of wanting to be understood? Am I reacting from this place? Like, what is driving you to need to like respond that second? And can you just take a pause? And because sometimes people also just don't know how to communicate, and there can be a lot of misunderstandings that way. So maybe they're like curious about something, but they don't know how to communicate it, right? Maybe they're projecting their pain onto you. Maybe they just are determined to misunderstand the world, right? You have to remember when you're posting a piece of content that goes global and it goes out into the ethers, you are meeting all kinds of people at a different moment in their lives. Some people have just had the worst day of their life, and for whatever reason, your post, your video, it feels like a direct attack on them. That has nothing to do with you. And then you're going to meet the person who was like, oh my God, this is exactly what I needed to hear right now in this second. You cannot control that, and you cannot please everybody. There will be a video and 100 people will be like, this is exactly what I needed to hear. Thank you so much. This is amazing. I want to work with you. And on that same video, there will be 100 people who say, this is worthless. This didn't help at all. You can't please everybody. There's so many different perspectives, and some people don't want to be helped. So you have to really like separate, is someone determined to misunderstand and what is going on in their life? Like really just like, that's their thing. It is not a reflection on me, right? Or sometimes there's just trolls who love to argue. Um, and sometimes there's actual helpful feedback. So you just want to go through this checklist. Like, what is this comment doing? What's coming up for me? And what place could this comment possibly be coming from? Maybe there's innocence behind it, right? And then you choose a response from power. So you always have a choice. You don't have to respond to anything. You can respond to everything. It's up to you. Again, this is all about what works for you. You just want to make sure you're responding from a place of empowerment, not disempowerment, right? So you might respond really calm and clean. You might explain yourself. You might clarify what you were saying. You might set a hard boundary. You might just say F it and delete, block, and get rid of that person out of your field. It's up to you. You do what feels good to you. This matters so much less than the actual trigger in the wound underneath it. This is why you want to clear everything before you go and respond. And you really want to have that pause and check in with yourself. And then you just need to release the need to be liked or understood, because with visibility comes again people who are determined to not understand you, people who are determined to argue. People like there are people who sit at home and they love to just go online and argue and say things and provoke and whatever. Why would we ever give our energy to that? Something I have always said to myself and my clients is to really remember, like, are you not going to express yourself or speak your truth because some unhealed person who is unwilling to do the work doesn't get you? Are you going to stop posting because some unhealed person who doesn't do the work and has no intention to says something about you? Like, you've really got to separate yourself from that and just be like, there are some wild people out there. I'm going to let them be wild, and I'm going to keep being my wild self. Like, that's just what I'm here to do. When you are leading something, you will be misunderstood by those who have no intention to understand you. Let it go. Your message is not for everybody. That's why you want to get clear on your message, because you want to call the right people in, right? You want to make sure you're talking to the right person. So when you become magnetic, you draw all the right people to you, and you also repel the people who are not for you. And both of those things are beautiful because it ensures that the people who come into your more intimate worlds are the ones who are actually meant for you. So be okay with not everybody liking it. If everybody likes what you're doing, you're not doing well. I can tell you that. Because then you're not speaking your truth. You're not saying the thing you need to say. You're not being clear. You're not, whatever it is. In the beginning, when everybody was happy with me, I was just over giving to every person on the internet. I was over giving to my clients. I was creating for everybody. I was just like spilling all of my energy out everywhere. The second I started setting boundaries, yes, people weren't happy with that, but those people were never supporting me anyways. They were just sucking what energy they could get that I was more than willing to give. So be okay with some people not liking you and not liking what you do. You're not here for everybody. You're definitely not here for that person, right? And then you want to regulate your nervous system after whatever exposure occurs, right? So you don't want to have this leaving residue in your body. And there are times where you can read a negative comment and not respond and you just delete it, but it still records in your subconscious because you're not taking the time to look at the wound. So you want to, again, look at that. EFT tapping, go for a walk, do something that regulates you when you feel that discomfort. And then I put a clearing prayer activation here to make sure that you don't take any of this on. Like, I'm here rooted in my mission and my truth. I'm doing my thing. I'm doing my part. This comment happened and I'm unwilling to take it on. Let's clear all the residue. Let's cut the cords from that person. And this just really helps you keep your energy clear so that you don't subconsciously take this comment on and not even realize it. And then you just want to reclaim your authority and move forward, right? Negative comments don't mean stop. Negative comments mean go harder. You are speaking a truth. You are hitting a truth. And if you are repelling people, you are also calling your people in. So it's like negative comments are not a time to hit the brakes. It's a time to hit the gas and to keep moving and just allow it to be the beautiful healing moment that is meant to, right? Visibility is not about avoiding the discomfort. It's really about leaning into it, letting it be the healing, the liberation, all of the things that you need, but letting it be the vehicle for your mission and your movement for the thing that you are here to do. So you are going to set these energetic boundaries. You are going to create a routine for yourself that I've just walked you through here of how to handle negative comments or negative interactions so that you have a very safe energetic container that allows you to continue to expand in your visibility journey versus shrink when things get uncomfortable. So dive in, take your time with this. There's no rush. You do it at your own pace. And again, it evolves with you as you evolve through your visibility journey. And as you drop and shed more of these wounds and these things, this becomes less of a container that you have to hold because it just becomes a natural way of being. And that's the goal. So, sending you all a lot of love. Dive in, set your energetic boundaries, create what works for you, and just remember break all the friggin' rules. Do what feels good for you, not because somebody else said it, right? It's got to feel good, it's got to feel aligned, and it's got to feel resonant within your body. And that is when you know that you are in alignment with the way your soul wants to operate. And that is when things get to be easier versus how difficult we can sometimes make them.